Okay, so for the given two numbers, you are supposed to convert given Turing machine to compare two numbers, and the output is okay. You have to return three different types of outputs. Okay, one is whether A is greater than B, A is less than B, or A equal B. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to convert the given numbers into unary representation. So for example, if the input is A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 3. So if you want to compare these two numbers, what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to convert these numbers into unary representation. Okay, so let's take a blank. So first feed the first input in unary representation. Okay, and so once you finish with the feeding first input, and you use a special character of your choice to separate the first input and the second input. First, we will do it for the whether both are same or not. Then we will for the different cases. So when the input when both numbers are same, and it is similar to what you have done for the A power n and B power n case. We already constructed Turing machine for A power n and B power n, and if the input is same, if A and if both numbers are same, it is quite similar to what you have done for A power n and B power n. Okay, so what you are supposed to do is for the first time you get 1, replace this 1 with x and move on to the right side. Okay, so this is the first number and this is the second number. Okay, for every one you find in the first part, go and check whether the equivalent part is available in the second part. Okay, if you find one on the left side, make sure that it finds one on the right hand side. Okay, so this C will act as the separator between the first number and second number. So for every one you find in the first number, check whether you have one in the second number. Okay, so it is very similar to what you have done for A power n and B power n. Okay, so the input is always starts from this input type, always points to the first symbol. Okay, for the first time you get 1, replace 1 with x, replace 1 with x and move to the right side. Okay, how long you're supposed to move? You have to replace 1 with x and keep moving to the right side of C. Okay, then you have to ignore all the symbols in between. So what are the symbols you will get in between before you find the next one on the right side?
1.
You'll get all ones. Okay, so don't disturb the ones, just keep ones as is and keep moving to the right side until the end of first input. Okay, you have to keep moving until the end of the first input. Okay, so once you enter into C part, just move to the right side, and from there onwards check whether one is there or not. Okay, so okay, if one is there, replace 1 with x, and you have to move to the left side or right side. So here the objective is you first replace 1 with x and keep moving to the right side to find the matching one. So once you find the matching one, replace 1 with x and keep moving to the left side. What are the symbols you may get in between? Okay, now the
C.
you will get any number of x. You will get any number of x in between. You will get any number of x in between. Just leave it as it is. Okay, and keep moving to the left side. And after completing all the symbols on the right side variable, immediately you will find C. Immediately you will find C. And then keep moving to the right side. Keep moving to the left side. Just keep moving to the left side. How long we are supposed to move to the left side? Until you find x. So the moment you find x, you have to repeat the same process again and again and again. Okay. So here, when you are okay. So this is the process actually. Actually, we are missing one thing in between. I'll cover it. Okay. So this is the process actually. I'll explain once again. This is the process. Whenever the first time you get 1, replace 1 with x, replace 1 with x, keep moving to the right side to find the matching one after the first input. The moment you find 1 after the first in the second input, replace this one also with x. Just keep moving to the left side until you find the next x. Okay, so replace the next symbol with next symbol with 1, replace the next symbol with x, and keep moving to the right side to find the next matching one. So what are the symbols you will get in between to before you find the next match? What symbols you will get after C before you find the next one? What are the symbols you will get in between C and the next one on the right side? You will get x. Okay, after C you will get any number of x and you have to keep ignoring it. Just keep moving to the right side. Okay, so I'll explain you this part once again. Okay, just have to understand, it's very easy. Just concentrate on this. So this is the actual, I'll explain you once again on how to construct this. It's a very simple. The first time you get 1, the first time you get 1, replace 1 with x, replace 1 with x, and you have to keep moving to the right side to find the matching one in the second variable. You have to keep moving to the right side. Once you find 1, replace 1 with x and keep moving to the right side to find the matching one. Okay, so you have to skip the remaining symbol in the first number. The remaining symbols in the first numbers are ones. But you have to skip the remaining numbers. You have to skip the remaining symbols in the first input, and you have to keep moving to the right side. Okay, just okay, skip. Okay. Now, once you find C, which means the first part is finished. Once you find C, which means the first part is finished. And now our objective is to find the next one on the second variable. Okay, so once you find a C in between, which means the first number is finished, the second number is about to start. In the second number, our objective is to find the 1. Okay, you have to keep going until you find 1, and you have to ignore all the symbols in between. Okay, after C, our objective is to find the next one. Okay, so you have to ignore all the symbols that you occurred in between. You'll get number of x. Just keep ignoring all the symbols and keep moving to the right side to find the matching one. So the moment you find the matching one, just replace 1 with x and keep moving to the left side. Okay, you have to keep moving to the left side. Okay, now you are here and you have to keep moving to the left side. Okay, assume that now you are here. Assume that you already replaced two symbols and you are here, and you have to keep moving to the left side, and you have to ignore all the symbols in the both numbers until you find the previously processed symbol in the first number. Okay, you have to ignore all the remaining symbols in number 2. You have to ignore all the remaining symbols in number 2, and you have to keep moving to the left side. Okay, once you encounter C, which means the second part is second number. Okay, we cross second number. Just keep moving to the left side. Like this, you have to keep moving to the left side until you find the X on the first number. You have to keep moving. You have to keep moving, and you have to ignore all the symbols that you get in between. Okay, so you have to keep moving to the left side until you find the X in the first number. So once you find the X in the first number, okay, move one position to the right side and repeat the same process for all the ones. Okay, so this is very simple one. Okay, this is very simple one. So once you find one, replace one with X, and keep moving to the right side and ignore all the symbols in the first number. Okay, I'll have all the remaining ones in the first number. Just keep ignoring. Okay, until the number one is finished, until the first number is finished. Okay, so once the first number is finished, we will get C as a separator between the first number and second number. Ignore it and go to the right side until you find the next one. Once you find the next one, replace one with X. Okay, so we find a matching one in both numbers, number 1 and number 2, and then you have to keep coming to the left side until the next X. So once you find the next X, just to move one position to the right side, replace 1 with X and keep moving to the right side until number 1 is finished. Okay, once number 1 is finished, immediately you'll get C, which is the separator between number 1 and number 2, and keep moving to the right side until you find the matching one. Once you find the matching one, replace 1 with X, and you have to keep moving to the left side until you find X in the first number. So this procedure you are supposed to repeat for every one. Okay, so now how do we know that all ones are finished on the left side? How do we know that all ones are finished in the first number?
If we have X before C.
Okay, if C is immediately followed by X, okay, so here you are working with X. If C is immediately followed by X, okay, after X, if you have C immediately, and that means all the ones are finished on the first number. Okay, ignore C and move to the right side. How do we know that all ones are finished on the second number?
We have immediate B after 1.
Just keep ignoring all the X's in the second number. Just keep ignoring all the X's in the second number and move to the right side. How do we know that all ones are finished? How do we know that all ones are finished? How do we know that all the ones are finished on the second number?
If we have immediate B after 1.
No, it is not 1 actually, it is X. The symbols will be replaced with X, right? If there is a blank space immediately after X, if there is a blank space immediately after X, if there is a blank space immediately after, okay, Okay, after x, after any number of x, if there is a blank space immediately after x, which means both numbers, okay, both numbers are same. Okay, we can assume that all the ones are finished on the right hand side. You can either move to the left side or right side, and you can say that both are same. A is equal to B. So the state is A is equal to B. This is for equal number of A's and B's. Okay. Okay. If both both numbers are same, you'll have same number of ones in the left part, and you'll have same number of ones in the right part. Okay. How do we know that all the ones are finished in the left part? If x is followed by c immediately, then you can say that all the ones are finished on the left side. How do we know that all ones are finished on the right side? If x is immediately followed by blank space, you can say that all ones are finished on the right hand side. Okay, so this is the case for A is equal to B. And what is the case for A greater than B? Okay, if B is bigger, how it looks like? How it looks like? If the second one is bigger, okay, your input type will be like this. The second one is bigger than the first one. It will be like this. Okay, assume that A value is 4 and B value is 5. Assume that A value is 4 and B value is 5. Okay, the 4 ones on the left side is matched with 4 ones on the right hand side. Okay, so we matched 4 ones in the left part with 4 ones in the right part. If B is greater than A, how it looks like? If B is greater than C, sorry, if the second number is greater than the first number, how it looks like? All the ones will be finished. Okay, all the ones will be finished. And what about this case? How do we know that? The second number is yet to complete? If B is bigger, if the second number is bigger, the number of ones in the first part will be finished, and the number of ones in the second part will be remaining. How do we know that second number is bigger? If the second number is bigger, which means all the symbols in the first part will be finished, and there will be remaining some symbols in the second part. How do we know that? Okay, if B is bigger, if the second number is bigger, all the symbols in the first part will be finished. Okay, so this is the condition up to this. How do we know that all the symbols in the first number is finished? How do we know that all the symbols in the first part will be finished? Is finished.
Reach the C.
If there is a C immediately after X, we know that all the symbols in the first part are finished. Okay, how do we know that some symbols are remaining empty in the second part? How do we know that second part is yet to finish?
If there is no blank after X.
Okay, what should be the symbol after last X? What should be the symbol
1.
after X? Okay, it is 1. Okay, after number of X, if the next symbol is if it is a blank, you can say that both are same. If it is not a blank, if it is a 1, which means the second part is yet to finish. Okay, the second part is yet to finish, which means B is greater than. B is greater than. B is greater than A. Okay, so if B is greater than A, the number of ones in A part will be finished, and the number of ones in the B part is still pending. Okay, how do we know that? Okay, the condition to verify whether the number of ones in the A part is finished is if there is C immediately after X, we can say that all the symbols in the first part is finished. And how can we say that the second part is finished? If there is a blank space immediately after X, if there is a blank space immediately after X, we can say that all the symbols in B is finished. But if there are some pending ones in the second B part, which means B is greater than A. Now question is, now we're able to identify A is equal to B and B is greater than A. And what is the condition? What is the condition for A is greater than B? What is the condition for A is greater than? I will write how it looks like. A is greater than B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have to answer this, how it looks like. Now the number of symbols on A part is 6. Okay, the value of A is 6 and the value of B is 5. See how the input tape looks like after performing matches. See how the input tape looks like. Okay, so here I'm matching this one. Okay, replace 1 with X and search for the next X. Okay, fine. Okay, replace the second one with X and search for the match. Replace third one with X and search for the match. Replace fourth one with X and search for the match. Replace the fifth one with X and search for the match. Okay, so what is the condition? What is the condition? How can I say that A is greater than B?
If there is no C immediately after it.
That is not the exact case. You cannot say that if there is no C immediately after X, then A is greater than B. It is not the case, because every time you will get, okay, see. In the first case also, there is no X before C. In the second case also, there is no X before C. In third case also, there is no X before C. Okay, so every time you do, you move from left to right and right to left, there will not be X before C. So that is not the right one. Okay, you have to understand one logic here. Okay, you have to understand one logic here. I repeat this once again. So basically what we will do is just understand the basic principle we are following to match the number of ones in both the numbers. See here. So first we see a 1, replace 1 with X and keep moving to the right side to find the matching one. Okay, first we'll find 1, replace 1 with X, we'll keep moving to the right side to find the matching one. Okay, fine. Then again we'll keep moving to the left side, replace 1 with X, and we'll search for the matching one. Yes, we find the matching one. So actually first we replace 1 with X before we find the match on the left side. Okay, on the left side, first we will replace 1 with X, then we search for a match. Okay, we are not going to replace 1 with X on the left side after finding the match. The first itself you are replacing 1 with X on the left side, and then we will search for a match. Okay, first we will replace 1 with X. So 1 is already replaced with X. After replacing 1 with X only, we are searching for the match, whether it exists or not. Okay, First, we will replace 1 with the x. After replacing 1 with x only, we are going to search for the match. So if there is a match, it is fine. After replacing 1 with x only, we are going to search for the match. So every time on the left side, first we will replace 1 with x, then only we will search for a match. Okay, first before finding a match, we will replace 1 in the left side, then only we'll search for the match. Okay, it is not like we'll replace 1 with x in the left side only after finding the match. Okay, the left side, first we will replace 1 with x and then we'll search for a match. But on the right side, we will replace 1 only if there is a match. But in the left side, we will replace 1 with x. First, we'll replace it. Then we'll search for a match. So here also, we will replace 1 with x. Then we search for a match. So we have 7 states. In which state we are failed to find a match? Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, A is equal to B, B greater than A. In which state where we failed to find a match? Okay, here, so this is the from state Q0 to Q1. Okay, if you observe state Q0 to Q1, what is happening from state Q0 to Q1?
Replace 1 with x.
Replace 1 with x and keep moving to the right side. And if there is C, ignore the C and ignore any number of x. So what is the next operation should be after Q2? What symbol should be there after Q2? To move from Q2 to Q3, what symbol you should have?
1.
There is no 1. Okay, if there is no 1, which means we are not able to find the match for 1. If you want to move from Q2 to Q3, you should have 1. We are not able to move from Q2 to Q3 because we don't have any remaining ones. Okay. If you are not able to find a match, okay, and okay, if there is a blank space here, after x, if there is a blank space, then which means that the number of symbol we are failed to find a match on the right side, which means you say that A is greater than B. You say that A is greater than B. Okay, so first we replace 1 on the left hand side before we find a match. Okay, first we will replace 1 in the left side before we find a match. After replacing 1 with x only, we will keep move to the right side to find if there is a match. If we are not able to find a match, you cannot move from state Q2 to Q3. If you want to move from state Q2 to Q3, and you should have a matching 1. Okay, so I think one student has given the correct answer. So this is the Turing machine to check whether two numbers to compare two numbers, whether the first number is greater than the second number or second number is greater than the first number or both are same. Okay, just make note of this. I'll write the steps here. A is equal to B if x in the first number is immediately followed by C and x in second number immediately followed by blank. This is the case for A is equal to B. Okay, this is the case for A is equal to B. Okay. So what is the case for what is the case for A greater than B, or what is the case for B greater than A? I'll write in notepad. A is equal to B if X in first number is immediately followed by C and X in second number is immediately followed by blank space. This is for A is equal to B. What is the condition for A? What is the condition for B greater than A? All the symbols in the first part should be finished. All the symbols in the first part should be finished. This means all the symbols in the first part should be finished, and X in second number is immediately followed by 1. Okay, so this is for B greater than A. Okay, and A is greater than B if there is no match for one in second number. So which means not able to move from Q2 to Q3. So these are the three conditions you are supposed to remember when you are constructing a Turing machine for A greater than, for comparison. Just make a note of this one. Just make note of this diagram and ask me if you have any doubts. So this is the one of the important questions with respect to the Turing machine is concerned. So here you have three outputs. You'll get A is equal to B, or B greater than A, or A is greater than B.